When Ellysa walks into school, the atmosphere changes. Her upbeat demeanor and infectious laugh brighten the room. As a student, Ellysa excelled at every unit that was thrown her way and never let anything stop her from excelling academically. Ellysa's positive attitude and determination have always given her the strength to never give up on her goals, even when the road frequently took her on a wild and winding path. Please welcome Ellysa.
Fellow students, parents, family members, and faculty, we come together today to honor the hard work and perseverance of all the graduates, but also to reflect upon our diversity and celebrate change. This past year, we've been reminded how life can change in an instant. The tragedies in Texas, Boston, and Sandy Hook, although very different in nature, have left us with much too rapid a reminder that the world is constantly changing. Life is full of other changes. Friends change, jobs change, relationships change. We change. The world changes. How we handle these changes, those are the moments that define who we are. I personally am no stranger to change. In fact, change has been the only constant in my life. I've moved every few years since the age of 3, living in different houses in different countries where my neighbors spoke different languages. I picked up a habit of figuring out this world through creativity. I started to act, to sing, to write music. Through this expression, I found an escape from the ever-changing world around me. I found something I could always rely on. That said, I was different and didn't really fit into any of the typical high school cliques. I kept shifting, trying to figure out where I fit in, until my way of thinking started to change. What I realized after going to both public and private high schools is that we shouldn't be trying so hard to fit in. We should be figuring out and embracing what makes us special and using it to grow into young adults with purpose and character. What makes Options so special is that it's the perfect place to do just that. We all had different reasons for choosing Options. When I moved to California, I'd already attended 2 high schools and, as a senior, dreaded starting another. I could have simply pursued my acting and singing career full-time, but while searching for an alternative education, I found the unique program at Options. Being an Options student meant that I could work towards my high school diploma while still pursuing my dreams and not spend my entire senior year trying to fit into yet another typical high school. Each one of us made the change to Options, but what we gained was an advantage that has empowered us in ways that we don't even realize. What I discovered is that Options for Youth is a true judgment-free zone, where each of us was encouraged to be our best selves. Being an Options student, we learned more than just what was in our textbooks. We learned how to manage our time. Let's face it, those units didn't get done on their own. We learned how to be independent and to hold ourselves accountable. We learned that little successes add up to a major accomplishment. We learned that oftentimes the difficult option, like staying in high school, is the most rewarding. I learned that sometimes when we think things are out of our reach, we just have to stretch a little further. When I left Michigan and my scholarship at an art school behind, I thought I had ruined the chances of getting into a top-notch university. But my teacher, Christy, and counselor, Bill, helped me see that I was wrong. With their help and encouragement, I applied to UCLA along with 100,000 other students. I knew that the odds of getting in were slim and figured that my non-traditional path would be reason enough to get rejected. So imagine my surprise and elation when I received my acceptance letter. Perhaps I was just different enough. I know that that's cliche, that we're all different, but it's true. We all came to Options in part because of these differences. There's something special about every single one of us. And today we're celebrating the triumph of what we've accomplished not in spite of our differences, but because of them. Throughout all this change, I only had 2 options of how I could react. I could resign myself under the burden of circumstance, or use the change as fuel to keep going for what I want. That's what we're all here facing, living, celebrating. Change. So let's celebrate this change and embrace the bright future ahead.